She looked like a lobotomy patient.
I mean, this couldn't be further from the truth.
Well, you're looking at an online petition with signatures of more than 2,200 people asking for the public to lodge a complaint with the Attorney General's office. The petition claims there's a lack of inspections and negative training methods at the Canine Country Club Pet Center and Veterinary Clinic in Spokane Valley, along with allegations of pets leaving the facility with preventable infections, and the owner responds to those allegations. Good evening, I'm Sean Owsley. Over the past several months, KHQ has been conducting interviews, making public record requests, and even touring that facility to find out if there is any merit to these allegations. Tonight, KHQ local news reporter Tana Kelly is here with what she has learned so far. Tana.
Yeah, Sean, after I was made aware of these complaints, I spoke with past employees. I also talked to the owner of Canine Country Club and saw inside the facility. You'll see that in a few minutes. But first, the reason why one local woman told me she's launched the petition for an investigation.
I wish someone would have
Let go.
pulled me aside and said, don't do this. This is not right.
This is Aja Owens. She's spearheading the petition to investigate the Canine Country Club.
There's 63 pages of signatures.
On June 7th, Owens took her then 6-month-old German Shepherd, Soju, to the Canine Country Club to board and train.
The first page of reviews were just, good things said about them. So I decided, okay, I'll go there.
During that time, Owens tells me something felt off about what she calls their aggressive training style.
They use the prong collar, and they're very rough, and she would whine and cry, and I didn't like that.
She said she thought nothing of it until they released Soju on July 25th. Owens claims Soju was not the same dog.
When I took her home, her eyes were glazed over, and she would just lay like in here or out there on the patio and shake and drool. She looked like a lobotomy patient.
Owens said she paid over $8,000, and not only was her dog not trained, Soju came home skittish and her health had deteriorated.
She had a bad UTI. She was peeing blood when she got home. She had a respiratory infection.
This is the vet record from August 1st, a week after Owens said she got Soju back. According to Pet Vet Hospital and Wellness Center, Soju was depressed, lethargic, emaciated, thin, dehydrated, and had an abscess, among other issues, noting in the plan section to report the case to animal control.
The vet was shocked at what she saw. As a matter of fact, she called Scraps and made a claim because it was so bad.
I went to the Canine Country Club with Owens' concerns and spoke with owner Nick Lungu and his chief operating officer, Mick Kislorinks. Founded in 2014, Lungu said he's trained thousands of dogs at the Canine Country Club in that time.
And not only local, we have dogs that literally come from all over the country. We've even had dogs come from out of the country to be trained by us.
And provided videos of some of Soju's training sessions. He said they evaluate dogs when they arrive and when they leave.
She was a shy, skittish, very thin. I mentioned to Mom that she didn't have a lot of muscle development.
Based on records from the adjacent vet clinic that partners with the Canine Country Club, besides lameness in one of Soju's legs, she was healthy. And according to Lungu, Soju was released to Aja, not wounded.
There's genetic things that I feel like were already happening, underlying issues, and unfortunately, because of the whole bill, we got blamed for it.
Lungu told me this is a case of a disgruntled client. But 2 former employees backed Owens' claim.
Unfortunately, that was a common complaint by the customers when they would drop their dog off and then come back later to pick up their dog who was either thin or ill or afraid of them when it used to not be.
Dr. Roberts said she has been a veterinarian for more than 2 decades. She worked at the vet clinic that partners with the Canine Country Club.
I've been with a fair number of clinics, and I literally had to learn to forgive myself for the things that I saw and was asked to do in the not quite 2.5 years that I worked there.
She alleges they
upcharge clients, tell some dog that was in boarding, tell the owners that it had an ear infection when it didn't. run blood work on a dog who didn't necessarily need that.
Emily Thompson said she was a kennel technician at the vet clinic until 2021.
In the 9 months I worked there, I never saw him evaluate a dog. The dog sits in the kennel, and then every single owner that comes to get their dog, he tells them all the exact same thing. It's like, your dog's aggressive with people, food, other dogs. It needs to be here for 2 or 3 weeks to board and train with me. It was literally word for word, same thing to every single pet owner.
I could probably make you a huge list of customers that their dogs went home prior to my approximated date of evaluation.
As part of this investigation, I checked out Better Business Bureau reviews for Canine Country Club. This site lists a D+ rating. With 6 complaints in the past 3 years, 2 of them closed, giving them an 83% response rate. And the business is not BBB accredited. If you take a look at the Google reviews, however, they have a 4.1 star rating with over 500 reviews listed. I submitted a public records request to Scraps for current investigations, inspection records, and complaint resolutions, including final results of a 2017 report that KHQ did about a dog injury that allegedly happened at Canine Country Club.
Despite the petition and negative reviews, Lungu and Kiss Lawrence stand by this facility.
Everyone here is either ex-Scraps, volunteers from shelters, or people that are dedicating their lives to animal care and in making a difference to people's lives in that way. So it's a passion.
They provided me with a walkthrough of the building, showing me where dogs train, to where they're held, to where they play outside.
We make sure to who has been out for how long. We kind of categorize them.
Our cameras did not capture anything out of the ordinary.
The social media trolls is such a real thing that they can hurt a business just because you can go and pull on people's heartstrings and say, this place hurt my dog. We provide exceptional service. We continue to get awards for being the cleanest, the best, the most professional facility. That is the reputation we have. We wouldn't be who we are and functioning and growing if any of that stuff was true.
Now, the BBB rating recently went up from 83 to 89% for the business response rate. However, the rating still sits at a D+. And at last check, my public records request with Scraps on if there are any current investigations or multiple investigations into the Canine Country Club is still in progress. The request center emailed me recently saying a response should be coming on or about November 15th. Of course, I will keep you updated when that request is fulfilled. As for Owen's petitions for an investigation, it's at over 2,200 signatures, just short of that 3,000 point benchmark. Sean?
Well, Tana, talk about the 3,000 signature mark. Is that important, if at all? And you also looked at what specifically the Attorney General's office can or will do in a case like this.
Yeah, Sean, there's actually no significance with the number of signatures, just enough to show there needs to be an investigation. But here's what usually happens. The AG's office will evaluate the complaint. That's if it is filed in a timely manner. They evaluate the complaint and usually help resolve 2 out of every 3. If they look at a complaint and it doesn't fall under their guidelines for resolution, then they will refer to an agency, for instance, the Better Business Bureau, to help you get an issue resolved. But for now, in the studio, Tana Kelly, back to you, Sean.
Tana,